Hello students, welcome to my channel English All New Academy. In this video, I have discussed about the figures of speech in the poem Fire and Ice. This poem is in Standard 10 and it has been written by one of the greatest English poets, Robert Frost. Students, before we begin with figures of speech, I request you to subscribe my channel and also click the bell icon to receive the study material because I have discussed about figures of speech of all the poems especially and I have also discussed about the important symbols and the poetic devices which constitute the main theme of the poem. So, let's begin with the poem Fire and Ice and we are going to discuss about figures of speech. The very first line of stanza 1. Some say the world will end in fire. In this line, the figures of speech are alliteration and metaphor. The sound of S is repeated in the words some and say. The sound of W is repeated in the words world and will, so it's called alliteration. We also have metaphor here because here the word fire it is associated with the human desires which are the base desires and these desires they are like anger, fury, greed, which are associated with the fire. So here there is an implied comparison. So it's called metaphor. In this line, some say in ice. Here also we can see alliteration as the sound S is repeated in the word some and say. And here ice also symbolizes human emotions and that's why it is called metaphor. These lines are really very significant to understand the theme of the poem also. From what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. Here alliteration and metaphor have been used. We can see in the words favor and fire, the sound F is repeated and that's why it's alliteration. Here metaphor also is used because here we can see the word fire which is associated with the human desires. So there is an implied comparison and hence it is called metaphor. In this line, but if it had to perish twice, here we can see two figures of speech are used, metonymy and personification. Metonymy is used here which means change of name. Here the word it has been used and it is used for the world. So it's metonymy and personification because if it had to perish twice. So the world cannot perish, the living beings perish and that's why it's called personification. In this line, metaphor is used. I think I know enough of hate to see that for destruction, ice is also great. So here we can see that metaphor is used because here ice symbolizes feelings of hatred. Now let's try to understand the poetic devices. In the concluding lines of the poem, to say that for destruction, ice is also great and would suffice. In these three concluding lines of the poem, a poetic device named enjambment is used. It means if an idea continues from one line to the next without any punctuation mark, then the poetic device enjambment is used. So we have seen how enjambment is also one of the important poetic devices which is used in many of the poems. Now let's try to understand the symbols and their symbolic meanings. In this poem, the poet uses the symbols of fire and ice. He symbolizes fire with desire and ice with hatred. In this poem, Robert Frost uses the symbols of fire and ice to signify human desires which are base, as these passions and emotions can lead to human destruction. Fire is associated with desires like fury, greed, anger, avarice, and all these feelings, if we see, they are to fulfill the selfish motives, and that's why it can cause the downfall of human beings. Another symbol is of ice, which is again symbolic of feelings like hatred, indifference, insensitivity, and apathy. We know that the feeling of apathy is the worst one, because if we do not have concern for each other, then the destruction of the world cannot be stopped. Hence, we can say that the symbols of fire and ice, they really contribute to the theme of the poem and help us to understand the theme easily. Now let's see the rhyme scheme. The rhyme scheme of this poem is ABA, ABC, BCB. In my other videos, I have also discussed about how to identify the rhyme scheme and what is rhyme scheme. So you can watch those videos also for gaining in-depth understanding about how to identify rhyme scheme. So I hope you are able to identify the figures of speech. And if you have not subscribed the channel, subscribe the channel so that you can get the updates regarding your study material. And my videos also deal with other standards like primary section, secondary section, and also higher secondary section, including some of the important techniques which we can use to enhance our communicative abilities.